Hi again then guys, and welcome to another top-end speed build for Forza Horizon 3. This time we're covering another DLC car, the Mitsubishi Eclipse GSX. Personally, I actually really like the Mitsubishi Eclipse. I know a lot of people don't. It's viewed as a bit of a racer's car, even by some people who seem to like JDM cars, and I don't totally understand that thinking. I've always thought of this car as kind of the Mitsubishi Supra, if you will. That might be inaccurate, it's probably more like a Mitsubishi Celica. But either way, I think it's a good looking car. I think it's curvy, it's a good looker, and with body kits, it can be pretty awesome. Personally, I love I think it's the 1997 GSX, which has a completely different front end. The headlights are much smaller and narrower, and it has projector headlamps in the front bumper. I love the look of that car. It's got a bigger rear wing as well. I don't understand why more games don't feature that version, because to me this one looks a little bit too understated, but still, it's down to personal preference. Now, as you can see, I've fitted the V8 engine, which I would recommend. I'd also recommend having all-wheel drive on this car, which you don't need to pay anything to get. Aspiration, I'd recommend, of course, the twin turbo. And then for the rest, stuff like the visuals are very much so down to interpretation. You've got a great selection to work with for this car. I know a lot of people are going to go for the Paul Walker style. That's perfectly fine. I've opted for more of a sleeper car appeal. But apart from the visuals, which are kind of irrelevant, the wing is the only thing that really matters, then you guys know the drill. Fit most, if not all, of the race parts that you can. Increase the power, lower the weight, all that kind of good stuff. Now, this tune is not on my storefront, so you'll need to copy this tutorial if you want it, or of course some variation therein. You're looking at 2.5 to 60, 4.8 to 100, which is pretty impressive. That's more impressive than the 0 to 60, and the top end speed is pretty good as well. 269 is among the better JDM cars in the game. Now, as far as the gearbox, I would recommend a final drive, as you can see, of 2.68, then individual gears of 2.85, 1.95, 1.48, 1.18, 0.95 and 0.76. For alignment, you guys know the drill: neutral camber, neutral toe, unless you want some of course, 4 degrees of caster, anti-roll we've got on 38 and 33, springs on 170, 145, and I think if I remember correctly, I've pretty much left it on stock. 18.1 and 17.1 respectively for the ride height. Dampers we've got on 15 and 7, aero doesn't apply, and for the diff, 100% on acceleration, 0 for decel, and a 70% rear split. So that's it for the tune, and as I always say, feel free to change anything you want, or just mess around, of course. The whole point is to make them even better than I have. These are just basically canvases for you guys to work from, to give you a little bit of a head start over the competition. So that's it for the tune. Now let's actually take it out, of course, on the road to see what it can do. Now, straight off the bat, this car has no trouble whatsoever both meeting and surpassing that benchmark quote. You can get 270 out of this thing, making it, as I said, one of the quickest JDM cars in the game. It can even dispatch Skylines and the normal Supra even, so it's got huge potential, especially as a sleeper car if, as I have, you leave the visuals fairly stock. So overall, if you do get this DLC and if you decide to use some variation of this tune, I hope of course you have a ton of fun with it, and if you did enjoy it, you can click through to the playlist at the end of this video to see literally hundreds more tunes like this one. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.